Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because there is a ton of stuff to go over. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over are, of course, the freebies. So you do want to come to your systems, get campaign items, receive item account, and we actually have a lot of free items. So the first couple of items are apologies for bugs, for example, the End Alliance points, so we get 50 star gems for that, so we pick that up. There is an apology for an unreleased urgent quest, so this was actually Falz Dalion came out earlier than it should, and you couldn't queue for it. So we actually get a N rare drop rate plus 100% for 1 hour, so pick that up. Then we also have the pre-announced urgent quest schedule apology. Apparently there was some issue with that, so we get another rare drop rate plus 100%. And then if you're a premium member, you do have the premium user PSO2 day reward, so pick that up as well. And then finally we have the Alpha Super Origin gifts. Remember, this happens every single week. I believe we have like one more week of this, so make sure that you pick this up as well. So you may have noticed in the Super Origin Festival bundle over there, we actually get this new Vital Gauge of Ina. This actually looks really freaking good. I'm actually going to use that. And then as we can see here, we do have 3 special scratch tickets as well as a bunch of other goodies. Let's put that away. The very first thing I want to do is I actually want to change my Vital Gauge because I want, oh, this one looks clean as well. Ooh la la. Wow, that looks super clean. I don't remember where I got that from, but nevertheless, this looks super good. But we got this one. This is the one that we got from the mail, and that also looks really clean. However, I think this looks so good. Oh my god. I don't know who this character is. So for any of my friends that play a lot of Phantasy Star in general, let me know who this character is. Is she from like Blue Burst or something, or like the old Phantasy Stars? But nevertheless, this Vital Gauge is freaking awesome. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the event shop. The event shop has updated. So as we can see over here, there's a bunch of red exclamation marks, so we can buy another 40 anniversary special scratch tickets. Make sure that you buy that. There is a bunch of other cosmetic goods as well. Idol sitting on a box. This one is actually really nice, and it's like a purple box as well, so that's really cool. We have the Kavaris Camp Vital Gauge. Okay, I mean, sure, I guess. We got the Rayar Gorge Vital Gauge. That's okay, I guess. We got some more star gems, another 100 star gems, as well as 4 regular special scratch tickets, so make sure to buy all of that stuff. However, it doesn't end there. As you can see, we scroll down a little bit more, you can actually buy more master fragments, 5 master fragments, as well as there's a whole bunch of new capsules. If we scroll down even further, as you can see, there's a bunch of LC capsules, but if we scroll down even further, there's actually going to be some normal capsules over here, such as the Trial capsules. Please don't buy these Trial capsules. They're so expensive for what they are. Like literally just farm in Crimson Realm and you're gonna have so many Trial capsules. But what you could buy over here are gonna be all the Gigastat 4s. These I think are still worth it because you can make your Gigas Mass Days and then your Gland Gigas Mass Days, so that's definitely worth it, as well as the Dreadkeeper 5. You know, there's still Dreadkeeper 4s over here, you can still buy them if you want, but the Dreadkeeper 5 is definitely a must buy in my personal opinion. You can buy even more Endemios over here, or I don't think actually these are new. I think these existed before, I just never bought them. But nevertheless, there are a bunch of items that I do recommend people to buy, so definitely check out your event shop. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the new urgent quest or Falz Dalion. This is the 8-man version. There is no penalty for dying. You have an entire hour to clear it, so DPS is not an issue. And honestly, for the players who have not had the chance to experience Falz Dalion, I highly recommend that you try it. It's an incredibly fun boss fight, and I just really like this boss fight. So for me personally, I don't want to ruin the first time experience for the players who have not done Falz Dalion, because that is where the magic's at. You know, the very first time running it, or the first few times that you're running it, you're still trying to figure out the fight, figure out what's going on. You know, that's where personally I think the fun is at. So I don't like to tell people, oh, do this, do that, whatever. I just kind of let them do whatever they want, And then, you know, if there's consequences and stuff, you know, I'll just deal with it. It's not a big deal since, you know, there's no death limit and, you know, there's just no pressure running the urgent quest version. So just have fun and just, you know, just mess around, whatever. However, something to keep in mind is you definitely want to run this urgent quest every time it pops up because you are guaranteed one master fragment every time you run this. Remember, you can turn master fragments into master cubes, and end master cubes are worth 5 million a piece. Now keep in mind that you can't actually convert it into 5 million, you can't sell it for 5 million. However, they are worth 5 million, and they are used for your add-on skills in order to guarantee the max level or level 20 for all of your stats. So this is very, very valuable, so you definitely want to run the urgent quest Dark Falz Dalion whenever it comes up. However, on top of that, and even more importantly, is of course the 100,000 Meseta that you get every time you complete it. So I highly recommend that whenever urgent quest comes up, like it just so happens that it pops up right now, you definitely want to run it because as you can see right here, 100,000 Meseta for every single time you run it. There's a first time reward of 5,000 as well, but you know, you're doing it for the 100,000 Meseta as well as the master fragment. Those are the main things that you want. Of course, there is a chance of it dropping a Wingguard weapon. As you can see, there is every single Wingguard weapon in the list, so that is pretty nice as well. And then we can also get some Foundia capsules. You are guaranteed the master fragments, and then we got some Starl souls as well as Endemios as well as a bunch of weapon camos, so that is definitely very nice. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be the Crimson Realm. As you can see, Lost Central is in this like pink/purple text, which means Crimson Realm is currently in Lost Central. However, it rotates between Lost Central as well as Belugana runes. So if you are looking for the Crimson Realm, that is all you need to look for. You just need to look for this little funky icon as well as the purple/pink text, and that is where the Crimson Realm is. You just go over there and you just start beating things up. For those who are new to Crimson Realm and have not done this before, I'll leave a video in the description below which explains all of the new buffs that you can obtain in Crimson Realm and what all of them mean, because there are new symbols next to your PSE bar. You can get like E's and F's and stuff like that, and you're just like, what on earth is that? Basically, the TLDR is the E's are guaranteed encores and the F's are guaranteed fortes. So whenever you get a PSE burst, it's guaranteed to be a forte, which means all of the mobs are gold, or it's guaranteed to give you an encore, which means that right after that PSE burst, you are guaranteed another PSE burst on top of that. So there are these special buffs and special trials in the Crimson Realm. And then on top of that, there is also the special boss, the Driveris. So whenever the Driveris spawns and you defeat him, you get a bunch of nice goodies. You get a bunch of trial capsules, actually. You also get Foundia capsules. And there's also a very high chance of getting a 9-star rarity item or above. So Driveris is definitely something that you do want to defeat whenever it pops up. Now, they have made it a little bit easier than before. The old timer was 3 minutes, which was very, very difficult to defeat in under 3 minutes. They've extended it to 4 minutes now, so Driveris is a lot easier to defeat, but it still is a challenge. You still need a little bit of coordination because remember that timer takes the moment the trial starts, so the moment someone gets close to the Driveris. So you definitely want to work as a team, gather up together, and then initiate the timer so that you have the maximum amount of time in order to beat up the Driveris, and hopefully you guys can clear it. However, it doesn't end there. We also have the enhancement campaign. So for the great enhancement, we have a 100% great enhancement because there is the great success rate plus 90%. By default, it's 10. So add that together, you get 100%. We also get huge Meseta discounts for our limit breaking, our unlocking potentials, and multi-weapons. It's all minus 75% Meseta cost. So that is absolutely massive. And then for our augmenting, we also get an augment success rate plus 10%. And of course, for our fixes, we also get an enhancement success rate plus 10% for your fixes. So this is super nice. Definitely take advantage of this, especially if you still haven't made your gold prim sword 2 fodders as well as your gold prim armor 2 fodders, because remember, we are going to be getting new armors next month. So when we do get those new armors, you better be ready because you're going to need to enhance them all the way to plus 80 again. And that is going to be very expensive if you don't prepare all of these fodders beforehand. So definitely make sure that you don't sleep on it and that you do that ASAP. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.